me, it's IHateWill, and this is iCraft Season 3. iCraft is a survival multiplayer vanilla server, and today we have 4 other people on. Well, 3 other people. I don't count as another person. No matter what my other personality says. Today we are in our Undercity. That's right, we have an Undercity, because if you look ahead, or above, I meant to say above, there's dirt. We filled in all these little hills, all these little valleys, connecting it in a way that pleases us, that serves our needs above ground. This also allows us to hide a lot of our farms. Now, right now, everything is analog. Very simple analog farms. Maybe down the line, we go automatic. Automatic chickie farm. Automatic wheat farm. Maybe even automatic cow. Nah, don't do that. We're not doing that. But we are going to automate a few things down the road. And that's very important because what we're building here, up on the surface, is an empire. It's a kingdom. It's the basis of all of our previous lore. This is it. This is the big one, is what I'm saying. And their technology level, which is something you have to consider whenever you start building, their technology level is not redstone level. No, they're analog, baby. They're the sweat of your brow. Sure, they have ingenious things like windmills and water mills and various other mills, but for the most part, they are, I would say, Roman level of technology. That sounds good, right? I think so. So, I walked here because I need to get me some shears. Let's see. Let's go ahead and build this. Shaboom. And we might as well take some vines as well. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Oh, you may have noticed all these prismine crystals, and I got me a whole lot of iron somewhere. And I got me a whole lot of fish. Oh, it's so good. And the reason why I have all that is because I went back to spawn to check out the progress that XB has made. I'm crediting him, of course, because that's his deal. He makes the big farms, and I know he has a hand in everything there. But I have no doubt that there's been others involved. I believe Build Mine Survive has been involved. I'm fairly certain, about 80% certain, that Exonerated, that guy on top, he's been involved. So it's going to be really interesting what's going on there. It is crazy good. So this is the road we're building, and you notice there's a hole here. There you go. You can see all that. Messed that up. It's supposed to be 7 wide, made it 8. So that's an easy fix right here. Just fill that in with dirt. Unfortunately, it continues on right through here, so this is all going to have to be corrected, which means all of this is going to have to be corrected. But that's a relatively simple job. That's not a whole lot of distance covered. But this right here, this also was, let's see if we can find a spot. About right here. About right here. Nope. Oh, how about right here? How about right here? Nope. Oh, here we go. Here's a spot right here. See? Oh, come on. See this? This was also one of those little valley things. Only 2 of them I've covered up, and I think that's all we're going to do. So that's fine. Let's just go ahead and fix this. Am going to need this dirt. I'm also going to need somebody to go to sleep very soon. So in our previous episode, we fixed our portal problem, and we built a little waterfall entryway that will eventually lead into the castle. Very nice small build right there. Could be a little bit better, but we're going to have to get to that point. You know what? This is bothering me. Every time I walk by, this bothers me. So, how about this? How about, oops, how about all this? Okay, now it's gone. Alright, well, I guess it doesn't bother me that much. I am going to need more grass or dirt for something I have planned. So let's just grab all that. And hopefully we don't die. Let's get rid of this creeper guy. Hey, creeper guy. Okay. Come on. So, in our city here, and this is where the city is going to be mostly located, as we get closer to our gates, we are going to have nicer neighborhoods, nicer stores, nicer buildings, nice. More leisure class, more rich Roman villas. And I say Roman only because I'm using that as a basis of caste system, okay? Like this will be where people who have long been noble throughout the generations will be. And then a little further down, that'll be your merchant class, people that are doing well financially, but they came from nothing, whether they've inherited in one generation their wealth or they've earned it themselves. It's not quite the same in the eyes of the people because they're fools. It's not quite the same in the eyes of the people as being noble born. No, I don't agree with that. I think, as an American especially, I feel like that's informed my culture and my belief systems on that. I don't buy into a caste system. I do think that they exist, and I think that they do limit you in real life, but it doesn't need to be that way. Nah, not so much here. It is that way in this land. Oh, one more thing. I was just taking a look around everything, and I found me a little pocket. I never really looked to the left, but there's this great mountain range here, right? And I was looking, and I found this area, and I was like, man, this would have been perfect for my castle. Look at it. It's in between all these mountains. I don't have that ugly birch forest and beach to worry about. And most of all, it's mostly flat. Man, that would have been way easier, buddy. Also, cool hole right there. But you know what? That's just gonna be another possible site for a large build in the future. I mean, it sounds good, right? I think so. But I digress. Let's go move on to what I was planning on doing today. And that's just a small part of what I have planned today. But I've been thinking. So we have that caste system, like I was talking about. The further away you get, the further away you get from that castle, from that beautiful gate, the less well off you are. The lower your caste, until finally you're in the slums. Now ignore that, we're going to fix that. And over here, overlooking all this, is going to be our slum area. We're going to knock this down. There's going to be less organized roads. We have our paved road right here because that's the King's Road. That's the road that everybody can follow. The main road, it's immaculate, it is clean, and it leads you straight into the castle. But branching off of that is going to be several smaller roads, and of course, the closer you get, the more organized it is. But over here, it's just a hodgepodge. All right, houses are just going to be built randomly all over, and occasionally there's going to be a path to one, and occasionally they're not, but they're going to be made out of dirt. Okay, and the design of said houses are going to be a little based on this. Okay, and this actually might be a poor design of that, but right now it's in a transitional stage. Okay, if you notice, I'm using spruce as our major wood supply, and as a matter of fact, I don't like all this. Let's change this out. That's a little too much spruce, actually. Let's see, let's get some oak. So we're using spruce, processed spruce for the planks. I'm also using raw oak, and the reason why I'm doing that is because it gives texture. You see that raw oak is roughly the same color, the same shade as the spruce. So, even though the textures are very different, the colors blend in very well. Give me that. Yep, there we go. As you can see there. Let's go ahead and let's do this. I'm gonna have to go inside. So the colors blend in very well, very nicely. So it almost looks like, in my opinion, that patch jobs were done. Alright, 2 different types of wood. Maybe not enough time to process it and turn it into planks. But it's just patchy, and it's fine that way. And I think it really works to make things look shabby. So let's go ahead and put the finishing touches on this baby. I have some supplies right here. Some dark oak. Sounds good. Dark oak fence. Oops, not that. Right here, that's what I want. Very good. We're just going to have these little supports for the heavy roof. Okay. Like so. And like so. Beautiful. Give me that. Okie dokie. So we have that in place. And again, it's very plain looking. Don't like the looks of it yet. So what we need to do, in my expert opinion, we need to get ourselves some vines going. And I think, first of all, we should plant some vines, don't you think? How about something like this? And then we just put a single vine right there. And we jump into the water. And we made it. Expertly done. Beautiful. Good job, Will. Thank you. I do talk to myself. Alright, so what we need to do is just add a little something like this. Something like this. Maybe here. Maybe there. Let it grow. Give it the appearance of a place that isn't well kept, of course. For obvious reasons. Whenever you're poor and near starvation, you have other things on your mind than the state of the vine growth on your house. That's just the truth, man. You ain't got time for that in the hood. Alright, we're looking good there, I think. So let's just put this thing up there's fine. Alright, next item. We need to get ourselves, well, something like this actually. This will be fine. Excuse me. Okay. Let's get some more oak leaves. I think that's really going to separate what we're doing. And when in doubt, whenever you try to make something shabby and look grown, put a few leaves on it. Really works. Really, really, really works. Okay. So let's do something like this. Oop, not there. That's fine. Oh yeah, right there. Okay. Perfect. There we go. Now we're hitting it. Okay. Let's get you grown out like that. Just like that. That might be too much on that side, actually. But it might be okay. Yeah, that works. That's fine. See how we did that there? I think that works out very nicely. Okay, so finally, you might notice that there is dirt on top, and that's going to be something that we do in a lot of our builds in this area. Okay. One of my biggest series, I think it actually was my biggest series ever, was Dragon Age Inquisition. Okay, I love that game. I love the Dragon Age series. And in the Dragon Age series, they have a town, an area called Hinterlands. Okay, and in Dragon Age Inquisition, the Hinterlands, all the buildings had dirt roofs. And I rather like that. Okay, and it really worked. So I'm thinking we can do that here now. Okay. I want to get this built up, and it's not exactly even right here because it's an even number. So this is not smack dab in the middle, and that's fine. That's fine. That's fine because up here, grass is going to help cover that up. Now, how do we get grass? Well, I'll tell you. If you lack the silk touch, which I do, I lack it. One of the things you can do is get grass to grow up on a diagonal. Okay, you get little stack going. That grass is going to grow here. It's going to grow here, then here, and here, and here, and then finally up here. Unfortunately, it is going to take a while. So let's get a few sides built to help it along. How about this and this? Let's get a little bit more. I mean, we gotta knock these hills down anyway. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's just, yeah, this whole row, let's just take this down. That way we can get it growing on all 4 sides. How about that? Okay. This'll probably do. Alrighty. So we gotta go ahead and get this grown out. I think I just covered up some vines. No, I didn't. It's fine. And do we have growth yet? We don't. I have no idea how long it's going to take. It seems like sometimes it's very fast, while other times it's very, very slow. There we go. Okay. So, yep, there we go. It's growing. So that's going to work out just fine. That's going to take a while, I'm going to reckon. But that's going to give us time to build a few more of these little huts. These little wood floor or dirt floor huts. I think that's going to look nice once we get a lot of them built. As far as the design goes, it's very basic, but such is the way of life for these people. So the secret's going to be spamming them, just getting a bunch of these small buildings put together, and then once we have that in place, connecting them all through dirt paths, through muddy paths, in some way, and then finding character within the community. And then finding character within each individual within the community. Because that's what a neighborhood actually looks like. You gotta give it life. Especially in a game like this where you're the only one there. We can't put real villagers in there. They'll get killed. And they'll turn into zombies. And that ain't good, brother. That ain't good at all. Alright, so we're gonna let this grow. Oop. There we go. We're gonna let all this grow. It's going to look good. We're going to enjoy it. And then we come back. We hit this with bone meal. Make it nice and big. And hopefully by then, we'll have a few more built. So, I will see you in a little bit. Well, 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 well. Looky here at this well. I did not mean to suggest that when I was saying well, well, well. But hey. It works. Take a look at the well. There's no bucket. Somebody must have stole it. That's how you know you're living in abject poverty. When somebody stole the drinking bucket. So here we are. This is the house that we originally built. It has changed a bit, as you can tell. We finally got our roof grown in. It's looking good. Feeling good. A bit messy, but that's on purpose, isn't it? As you can see, the hidden lighting is right here. I don't particularly like that, but we need it. That means we can get rid of some of this stuff. Ooh, how come I don't have any right here? That's dangerous. We'll have to fix that later. As you can tell, all these houses are related, but they're patch jobs. They're quick. They're dirty. They have various different vegetation growing on top. This one even has nether wart. As you can see, we have a nether wart infestation in this little area. It's spreading. It's gross. It's disease land. Don't let your kids eat it. I don't care. I mean, I do. I was going to put something here, too. I think I was going to put another jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, so we're finished here. My thought is to turn the slums into kind of a country cul-de-sac trailer park type feel. It's got these little circles, little half circles filled with houses all facing each other. And I think that works. I think that works really well, especially for the amount of space that we're dealing with. It's not crazy amount, but, you know, this, I want it to feel busy and get as much detail in as possible with community wells, with community sitting areas. I was even thinking of putting a community outhouse, and I may still do that, like maybe in the corner there, to have something to look at. But so far, I think this really works. We have some stones just on the floor. That's a button, sure, didn't mean to push it. But pretend it's a little stone, because all the yards here are unkept. We have small paths that... This one's actually a bit more orderly than I would have liked it, but I guess it works. I just wanted a stone path going to each house, surrounded by muck and mire and mud and coarse dirt and other gross things. So that's there. Unkept yard again. Whole lot of grass laying about. And just various things. Now inside, none of these houses are finished. There's not a lot of room to play with, but I am going to be furnishing each and every one of these homes, and I think customizing it to have a sense of individuality. Alright. As you can see here, just variations on this roof type. My thought was that I would have supports on all four sides of each house, suggesting that these houses aren't really built very well, as in the roofs are quite heavy because they're made of stone. So instead of learning how to use less materials to get the desired results, which would end up with a lighter roof, well, these folks just put supports down. Whatever's clever. It's not clever, but it works. And over here we have our worshipping stone. I've talked about the religion of the quadrilateral. This little piece of architecture is going to be just everywhere randomly. And so this is a little area for these poor souls in this cul-de-sac that come on through, do a little worship to the square, and just feel better. So I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do down there. We're gonna do something as we spread out, but I'm feeling pretty good about our build right here. Feeling pretty good about it indeed. I may do a little bit more over here. It's a bigger area. As a matter of fact, why don't we go ahead and lay some blocks down right now as I discuss something. Today, the gaming Jess decided to leave iCraft. And that's very sad for me because I enjoyed recording with her quite a bit on the server. If you look back at a lot of my videos from Season 2, she's in quite a few of them. And that's simply because we were one of the only two people that were up on the wee hours of night. Of course, for her, it was like normal time, around dinner time. For me, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And that's just because of the baby. You know, I got a baby. But she's gone. She decided to leave on her own accord. I support anybody that wishes to do that. I understand completely. You don't want to get burnt out, and if you are, it's probably time to leave. That's true with anything that isn't your job. And Minecraft is none of our jobs. Nobody on the iCraft, at least. And we can talk about treating it like a job. I disagree with that. I think that this is a game, and recording should be fun. And the second that it's not fun, the second that YouTube is not fun for you anymore, you probably should not be doing it. That's just real talk, okay? Nobody here on this server makes a living doing this. Nobody's supporting their family doing this. For many of us, we're spending too much time doing it. And maybe our family life is suffering, but we're not going to discuss my problems. No, my family life is not. My family life is not suffering. My wife fully supports me in this, and all my endeavors with YouTube and Minecraft in particular. All right, creep or die. But I wanted to talk about this game burning people out. Okay, and it happens. I wanted to talk about how to avoid that, if you really want to avoid it. I mean, sometimes it's just... time to move on. But I feel like I've been playing this game for a while now, and many people have. And I feel like I have a way to constantly evolve the game and make the game more enjoyable for me. And that is simply by changing up what I do and increasing the difficulty. Alright, we're building in a large area here. The largest area I've ever done. I'm attempting to do a world build very early on in this season. I'm attempting to do the scale that I've never done before in a single build over there. And I'm doing that because it is interesting to me. Because it is intimidating to me. I'm doing it because I've never done it before. And I feel like the more I do things I haven't done before, and the better I get at doing those things I haven't done before, the more fun I actually have. That's just true in life. I've been a writer for a long time. I used to make well, I'm not going to say quite a bit of money, but I used to actually make my living writing. Not so much these days. The game's changed, the writing game. And it's a bit more difficult to get paid on a regular basis. That's just real talk. That's my problems, but we're not here to discuss that in length. One of the things I had to do as a writer, to stay sane, if you will, was to challenge myself to write in new styles, to attempt to get better constantly, and true enough, it's driven me insane trying to do that. But if I didn't do that every once in a while, if I didn't attempt to unlock, what am I looking for? I've had so many concussions now. Attempt to unlock a new way of viewing my art. That's it, there we go. Then I would have gotten bored many, many years ago, and I wouldn't have wanted to continue. And that's not how I want to live life. I want to live life by having as much fun and being as fulfilled as I possibly can in the activities that I choose to do. And that includes work and professions and hobbies. All things, everything. And if you can figure out how to do that, well, you've learned a way to keep a game about stacking blocks and exploiting code in Java, i.e. Minecraft. You learned how to play it forever. So there's that. Hope you followed what I was saying. It is very, very, very late. And I've had over a dozen concussions in my life. That's gonna do it. Take care of yourself. And I'll see you next time.